Hi, I'm Ansell. I've been in sales for over 20 years. I'm very passionate about sales and I love helping people and organizations win. Today I'd like to talk to you about, how implementing a sales process into your organization would help your sales teams become motivated and driven, and your customer experience would improve. Your sales would go up, your profitability, your ROI, the passion of your sales teams. I remember when I got my first job in the trading floor in London, and you had to hit your numbers on a weekly, daily basis. That's what it was. It was number driven. And I remember sitting there thinking, I have to make these calculations, have to figure out how I'm going to make these calculations, how am I going to get this process together. And we've just taken all of these tools, all these things that amazing people have taught me, and then all the things that I felt that have been missing, and looking at these sales processes and thinking, okay, how do salespeople learn? How do I help these guys ramp up? How do I bring them into my world as quickly as I possibly can? When you go and do a consultancy project, everybody's looking at you thinking they need results right now. What they don't understand is that if a company doesn't have the foundation that they need, if they don't have the tools in place, they don't have a sales process, they don't have sales scripts, they don't have the ability to know what their objection handling is, or their ideal customer profile, or what their customers actually think of their products and services. It takes a lot of time to build that up. And so I learned very quickly that one of the things I really needed to do was to train these sales guys and get them ramped up and get them aligned with me, so that we were aligned in our thinking, so that they could understand what I was talking about with them. And so I spent probably 6 months researching how salespeople learn. They don't want to be sat in a classroom, they don't want to be taking thousands and thousands of notes. That's not why they're in sales. They're enthusiastic, they're energetic, and they have an opinion. And so that's why I developed this sales process training, where we develop the sales process, but they have the input. So we're taking a generic or a standard sales process and then customizing it with their products and services, so it becomes very unique to them. But what they're left with is this complete how-to guide to go sell their products and services. So they have the tools that they need, but they have the understanding of their sales numbers, their closing ratios, what their target is, so they can go and build themselves a sales plan, so that they can hold themselves accountable on a daily, monthly, weekly basis. I was in a training last week where the guy told me, he said, I was literally brought in here kicking and screaming into your training course. And I said to him, I was pleased I didn't know that before you walked in, but I appreciate your honesty. And he said, I can honestly tell you, if I'd have known what you just taught me, I would be a multi-millionaire. He's like, I get it. I get what you're not trying to teach me to do something that I didn't already know, but what you're trying to teach me is that if I have that process and I have that consistency and I look at it the way that you're explaining it to me, it makes a difference. I love that moment when they finally get that they have the tools that they need to go sell. That light bulb moment when even the best sales guy out there walks away from a training and thinks, I can use those 2 or 3 things. That's going to make a difference to me. If you would like me to come in and spend time with your organization and with your sales teams and help them, develop a sales process, to develop the tools that they need, develop the sales plans that they need in order to really help themselves grow and, have that, enlightenment into sales and be passionate about it and be confident about what they're doing, to give that better experience to your customers and, build your business.